For every battle, there is a story. For every story, there is a person living that story. America is a nation of fighters. When faced with hard times and adversity, they come out fighting.
We are American fighters. The doctor told me I had less.
We are American fighters. My dad is in Iraq.
Signpost is heading.
American fighters.
American fighters.
Now, three-time UFC middleweight champion Rich Franklin travels cross-country to uncover stories of America's true everyday champions.
Here in America, there are ordinary people who every day must face different kinds of opponents. They're in the ultimate fight. There are also the ones who overcome adversity, the ones who don't give up, people with strong character who won't accept defeat. Their fight comes from within. Joe Garvey is one such person. Imagine being 14, an accomplished athlete with an active lifestyle, and in one brief moment, your life is forever changed. This is his story. Joe Garvey, American fighter.
It was the third week of my freshman year going into high school.
The four-wheeler Joe was on, maybe due to his inexperience, we're not sure. He's a 14-year-old kid at the time.
Just took a turn and all of a sudden, I felt one of the back wheels lift up.
There was an accident and that Joe had no feeling in his legs. He had some tingling, and they were working on it, and they were trying to call the emergency care.
I was bleeding internally really bad, and if it would have been another hour, I probably wouldn't have been there.
When he rolled the four-wheeler, it hit Joe in the back. It rolled up and hit him in the L1, L2 lower vertebrae, and it literally broke him in half. It was, very, very serious. And I remember Dr. Crawford telling my wife and I that he performed a little procedure with Joe on one of the surgeries that's going to enable him to stay in a chair, because he referred to Joe as a sitter. He'll be in a sitting position the rest of his life. He's never going to walk again.
Imagine being told that you will never walk again, that you will spend the rest of your life in a wheelchair. You have a decision to make, give up or fight.
I think the family takes it as hard, because your family goes through it just as much as the person goes through it, I think, in a way, because they're witnessing all the problems and all the bumps that you have to overcome.
I remember my wife taking him to school, calling me on the phone. She's crying, he's crying, we're all crying. He wouldn't get out of the car. It's heart-wrenching, I tell you, because no one wants to be different. And that's how he saw himself,
I was just so upset and, like you said, bitter about what's happened to me, you know what I mean?
He cried every night, every single night. There were incidents where he wanted to kill himself. He wanted to end his life.
There's a pharmacy of prescriptions here at one time, and the kid was on every kind of drug known to man, and if he wanted to hurt himself, he could have.
Everybody has their grieving stage and denial stage, but you see, you gotta get out of that stage. A lot of people are stuck in that stage for years, and sometimes people are stuck in there forever, and they don't ever get out of that stage.
It's all done within. The battles are won and lost in the mirror.
Joe could have given up, but he didn't. He endured intense therapy every day. He allowed desire to overshadow the pain, and he kept going.
I don't care what they say, I'm gonna walk in. Just keep on telling yourself that and do everything that you can, to make yourself better.
Guys like myself and Joe, and Joe was an accomplished athlete, and you find that anything that you do, you have that competitive nature in you.
The circumstances have been terrible, but this kid's running with it. He's taking off, and he's gonna be okay.
He's got incredible courage and strength, and I admire him for being able to do what he's done.
I think that he'll keep pushing no matter what.
Just listening to Joe's story, may change your whole life around.
Will I stop trying? No. I'll still go to therapy, and I'll still try to get better. Because that's the thing, if you don't try, then you're definitely not going to get anything back. You definitely don't have a chance if you don't even try. I've never accepted this situation and be like, oh, that's cool, I'll be like this. I always want more, I always want more. I want the better life.
And I think that is that no quit attitude. Like, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to be successful at something.
Fight's won and lost in the mirror. And look at yourself in the mirror every day and be confident with yourself and say that everything's okay. Then you should be content with everything else that's going on.
Life is a series of choices. Joe's choices will help him reach his goal, and he will overcome. Because Joe Garvey is an American fighter.
Real life, real battles, real stories. Real American fighters.
What are you fighting for?
What are you fighting for?
What are you fighting for?
What are you fighting for?